You are now tuned in to the #1 nursing podcast in the world, the Scrub Me In podcast by Nurse Junior and Anthony.
You are now tuned in to the #1 nursing podcast in the world, the Scrub Me In podcast by Nurse Junior and
Nurse Anthony.
Yes, Sirski. This is episode 4.
Yes, sir.
Episode 4. So we're gonna start off by talking about what's happening next week. It's Nurses Week, if I'm not mistaken.
Happy Nurses Week, y'all.
Happy Nurses Week. Enjoy the pizzas, the free pens.
Let's go.
Water bottles, lanyards.
I already know.
And all that bullshit that they give us at work.
Oh, my God. You know what? I last year I got, I don't know my name. She gave us like this dollar store, like water tumbler. That's what it is. It's like a cup with like a really flimsy lid. I was like, thanks.
Hey, I think the most astonishing thing I've ever gotten was a multicolored pen.
Oh, that's a blessing, bro. Compared to this fucking tumbler I got, bro. You breathe the wrong way, this bitch breaks, man.
Man, and like they gotta switch it up. They need to like cut off the pizza.
Oh man, look at me. I've had too many Nurses Weeks.
Oh man, what's your favorite topping on a pizza?
Oh man, I'm a simple guy. If I could have a pizza, I'm just a margarita guy, bro.
Margarita guy?
Yeah, put some basil on there.
Okay.
Good cheese and a good sauce, and I'm happy. I used to work at a pizzeria.
Oh really?
So I know my shit. All right.
That's what's up.
You get a good sauce, good dough, good cheese. Yeah, man.
Okay, so if Anthony's manager is tuning in,
Listen,
order that.
none of that tumbler from last year again, all right?
Oh man, it pisses me off because like I know back when I was working in Detroit, you know, I'm a night shifter.
Me too.
So my shift starts at like 7 p.m. You know, typically.
Yeah.
You'll come in. It's Nurses Week. Half of the shit that they had for the staff for a night shift is already gone.
Bro, gone.
It's either gone or it's cold.
Bro.
You gotta warm that shit up in the microwave. Like it's just gone. I remember I had like just one slice of pizza. Disgusting.
Bro, I remember last year we pulled up, and you know it's Nurses Week. It's the first day. So the first day is usually where you have most of your stuff. And I guess someone's like a visitor, a patient's family member, left a Tim's card. And someone texted me on days and was like, yo, there's a Tim's card for you guys at the desk. Someone's talking to some shiesty stuff, you know, like make sure it's there when you get here. Gone, bro. They gave us like $100 Tim card for the unit. Gone.
Oh, for the unit alone?
For the unit. Gone.
Oh, that's pitiful, man.
I was furious.
Don't they have a Tim's in the hospital?
Yes.
You would think they would just say, hey, every staff member, go down to the Tim Hortons and order whatever you want. Bro. Instead, they giving out gift cards? One gift card to the whole unit?
For the whole unit.
No, that's shiesty.
Gone. Happy Nurses Week, though.
Happy Nurses Week, though. Don't listen to us. That's just our experience.
Yeah.
Yours might be different, but
It'll
hey.
be better.
It'll be better this year. 2024, right? You know another thing that's crazy? And I was talking to a homegirl about this. Parking. Do you have to pay for parking?
Yes, bro. So here's the thing. At Windsor Regional, it's $17 a paycheck, which I think is crazy to me.
Oh, so they take it out of your paycheck?
So I have to pay to come to work. To me, that's insane to me. So I don't pay for that, bro. I don't need it. But I found some sneaky ways to get free parking. Shout out to one of my boys that knows all the ins and outs.
Don't say it all here.
I can't say no names. I can't say how I get it, but I get it.
Man, ratings would go up if you did say it,
though. You know what? The one time I was pulling in, and I saw someone like at the meter trying to figure it out, like the pay, and I could tell, like, they just didn't have it all the way together. They were stressed. Maybe the reason they were coming to the hospital was a sad reason. So I was like, I'm going to fill y'all in. These are the secrets, you know?
Yeah.
They were like, really? I was like, yeah, don't tell anybody, though. It's going to blow up my spot.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just insane to me that as healthcare professionals, not just nurses, but like, respiratory therapists or, x-ray techs, radiology, we have to pay for parking at the hospital that we work at.
Yes.
Insane, right?
That's crazy.
Do doctors pay? Do you think doctors pay for parking?
Hell no.
Nah, they don't pay. You're right.
Hell no.
You know what? In Michigan, I would park in doctor spots. That's what I would do. That's what I did actually.
That's what Ange does too.
Oh,
yeah, bro. She's like, it's crazy. Yo, it's crazy. You have to understand. That's $34 a month that we have to pay to come to work.
Nuts.
And if I'm like, let's say I'm on vacation for most of that month, that money's still coming out of my paycheck.
Oh,
That's crazy.
damn.
Yeah. Like, that's insane. Imagine you're a part-timer and you're paying to park and you're only working like 2 days a week. You're paying the same amount as the full-timers.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Because I know in Michigan, right? As y'all know, like Detroit ain't really a safe place to be at. Some parts, but like especially in the nighttime, you got to really be on your P's and Q's. And as you know, in healthcare, we have a lot of females in the profession. So you got to think about them during a night shift. They got to park in the parking structure, pay, and then walk all the way to the hospital building.
Yes.
There's been situations where women have gotten mugged.
Yes.
Men have gotten mugged.
Absolutely, bro.
And like, I know at the hospital that I worked at, there's 2 different parking structures. There's one that's maybe a 3-4 minute walk. And they typically have like a bus that kind of strolls around, picks you up.
Okay.
And then it brings you to the front of the hospital.
Yeah.
But it cuts off after a certain time frame. I think it cuts off at like 6 p.m.
All right.
Shocker. We start at 7.
Right.
So now the night shift, we have to park at that parking structure and then walk
That's crazy, man.
to the hospital building.
Yeah.
Now there is a second parking structure, but you have to pay for that one. It's closer to the facility.
Right.
And then you can just take the elevator up into the facility. I go in and I just park in a doctor's parking spot, honestly. Either that or I park in a handicap spot. I have a fake handicap spot. Yeah, too much information, but I do have a fake handicap sign in my car.
My pops does the same thing, and I'm like, how do you even get this?
There's ways.
This is crazy.
I'm Nigerian, so I love to finesse. I finesse the system a lot.
Oh my goodness!
I usually just slap that on my dash and I
you keep it pushing.
mosey on my way up to the unit. So
that is hilarious, bro.
But that's something that's got to change, and I'm shocked that like as healthcare professionals we have not banded together and addressed that situation. Instead, we're focused on the wrong things.
The wrong things.
It's so crazy to me.
The wrong things. I agree. I feel like, especially now, post-pandemic more than ever, if we banded and really wanted to make a change in certain areas that we don't agree with, I think now would be the time to do it.
Oh,
as long as it's done
100%.
the right way, I think now would be the time.
100%. Like our pay, like if we all banded together and said, "Hey, we want this specific type of pay," we get it. Absolutely. We can go on strike, and the hospital would flip in like less than 5. Less than
as
5
long
minutes.
as we all stuck together. So this is another problem. Like at our hospitals, we have multiple unions for nurses, even so. It's hard because if this union's striking, they'll guarantee that this union's striking, or vice versa. So it's kind of hard to make that change. You know what I'm saying?
No, it is. So. It's very tough, but I think that's the one issue that I have with like nurses as a collective. Like we're focused on the wrong things currently right now. We need to focus on the real situation at hand.
Especially now, I find our scope of practice feels like it's increasing all the time. And we're doing more and more and more as the years go on. And even though our pay may be increasing, I find it's a lot slower than it should be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's unfortunate.
I noticed that the more we do, the less other people are doing upstairs within administration.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. And I really question, like, how much are they making? How much are the people upstairs?
Oh, see, in Ontario, we know how much they're making. We got the sunshine list, bro.
Oh, you're
and they're
right.
all over that. And it's crazy. crazy.
So they're making like in the six figures.
Well over. It's crazy, bro.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So now this transitions me into the next topic, nursing pet peeves with staff. I have a few things that I thought of actually. One of them that I thought of the other night was, you're getting a report on a patient and the nurse starts off by saying these things. The first thing, I remember I was in a situation and the nurse was giving a report and she started off by saying, "Do you want the good news or the bad news?" I'm like, excuse me?
I think, yo, I'm going home, bro.
Yeah, at that point, don't even tell me shit because I'm gonna pack up and I'm gonna go home. Because are you crazy?
That's a crazy way to start your shift.
Like what, man? Like I know you've been in a situation where you come onto the unit and most of the staff are just sitting around in the nursing station and they're just chit chatting, texting. They're doing whatever, and then it gets to the point where you get report and it's like, yes, it was such a hard day, and like you're just sitting down. What do you mean?
Right. You look comfortable. What are you talking about?
What do you mean you didn't have a chance to empty out the Foley bag? You should have done it right now.
That's so I can wait, bro. You go do that.
Yeah, you go do that. I'm gonna wait right here.
Yeah. Yo, the worst for me is because again, for me, much like you, I'm coming on for a night shift, and they're like, "It was such a hard day. Oh my god, so much happened." I'm just starting. Why do you starting my shift like this, bro?
Right.
Let's just start with so and so's name, age, and code status before you start talking.
Start with the basics.
Bring
Bring that shit up at the end if you want.
Crazy to me, bro. I hate when people start that way.
Man, here's another one. So today was the biggest shit show ever, Junior. It's like,
I'm feeling sick. I'm going home.
yeah.
Shit show. You can give someone else report.
I'm telling you, man. Like, what do you mean today was the biggest shit show,
Bro.
I was walking onto the unit. I heard laughter. What do you mean?
Yo, y'all sounded real happy for a shit show today, bro.
Real talk.
Oh my
man.
goodness.
So
that's so funny.
And then there's another one where this is off topic, but like I remember this is way back, an older nurse. Granted, she might have sucked at doing this, but whatever. It pertains to an IV. So the nurse goes, they pulled their IV out. They pulled their IV out, and I wasn't able to get one in. I tried, but he was a hard stick. Okay, was he a hard stick, or are you just bad at IVs?
Bro, that's my biggest pet. That's actually a huge pet peeve of mine because I'm like, yo, you were on a day shift. You had so many resources to get this IV started.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
You could have called the ER. You could have asked a colleague. Don't they have like IV? Yes. I know my hospital has an IV team.
So we don't necessarily have an IV team, but let's say like we just have various people we could call to start that IV. So I'm like, what were you doing?
Yeah.
Or when they say like, oh, we need this and this and this ordered. The phone's right here. You better pick that up and get it ordered. You better it ain't 7 o'clock yet.
You still got time.
You were just like you said, you were just sitting there on your phone. You better get
to stepping. Get to stepping, woman.
Oh my God.
Real talk, man. So those are just a few things, but yeah, oh man.
I can't stand that, bro. Like I can't stand it's like you said, especially when you come in and you like especially in the winter months, I gotta walk by, drop off my coat in like the staff room and all this stuff. So if I'm walking by and you guys are just chilling, and then you want to start off with some bullshit, you better get the fuck up and keep working, bro.
Facts.
Like, and let me be clear too. I'm the guy. Let me be very clear. I'm the guy that I will work until 7. Like I'll keep working and I'll give you a report at 7. I don't care to keep working.
Yeah.
I don't need to stop working at 6:30, gather myself, and then start. Like if something's really popping off, I'm gonna be working until I need to work. And I'll stay longer if I have to. Like that's part of the job.
It is.
They'll pay you overtime. So stay.
Exactly.
Work.
I'm the same way. Like if shit's going down, I will be there until the very end. Like I've left I've left work at like 9.
Yeah,
latest,
me too.
When I didn't really need to.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I'll sacrifice one thing. Like if I'm behind on documentation, I'll help you get the patient situated if like a traumatic event happened. Like if we have to code or whatever, like I'll be there in the trenches with y'all.
Absolutely.
So that's one thing that I know some of my coworkers can vouch for on that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to time management. I don't know about the newer nurses now, but would you say time management is a key thing that a lot of nurses still to this day don't know how to?
You know what's crazy? I feel like when I was in school, time management was just one of those things that everybody threw around. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you just heard it so much, but I feel like more than ever now in nursing, it's huge. Like, especially, like I said, as our scope expands, we have more and more responsibilities to deal with. So, absolutely, I definitely think time management is important because everything that happens as well, it's not like, and it could be anything, like even something as simple as inserting a Foley, but everything that happens, you have to also go around and document it, which oftentimes can take longer than the actual action that you had to do.
Bingo.
So it's huge because now if I'm like doing 4 or 5 things in a row without documenting it, I still got 4 or 5 things in a row to document. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it definitely is important. Very, very important.
Yeah, because these days, and like you mentioned just earlier, seems like our scope of practice just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like they keep adding on.
Absolutely.
And like some of the stuff that we do in regards to like documentation, they're just throwing on shit these days. Like nursing care plans are become like more complex than they've ever been.
Oh, man.
They want us to do at least like maybe 4 to 6 per shift.
Absolutely.
I remember back in the day, it used to be like 2 or 3.
Like
These days, I mean, granted, this is just me. Like I'm just gonna copy whatever the day shift person put for the most part. And I know day shift does the same thing with nights,
100%.
so we just flip flop back. But and new nurses, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn.
Yeah, for
but
real.
yeah, that's one thing. Like I feel like in nursing, when it comes down to like documentation, you got to find shortcuts.
Absolutely.
In some shape of the legal way.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
like the clean way. There's ways.
I understand now that everything is electronic and on computers, and in theory, it's supposed to be faster than writing all these things down.
Yeah.
However, I feel like when I started as opposed to where we are now, because things have been added, we're just back in the same place where things are just taking forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and God forbid, like a real incident happens where you have to write a progress note, and that takes forever and ever. Especially with our system. Like, our system is an external system than the usual, so it just takes forever to progress note something.
What's the name of your system?
So for basic patient care, we use a system called Cerner Millennium.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with Cerner.
Yeah. However, when we want to like progress note because an incident happened on the unit, like let's say there was a fall or a med error or something that needs to be documented and go and be escalated.
I think they call it Quantros or something, right?
So no, for us the system's called RL6.
Oh, okay.
So like at the hospital, we just say, oh, you have to RL6 that or RL6. And when you go on that system, it takes forever, bro.
I think most of them do, yeah.
Like it's slow, it's not user-friendly, and it takes so long. And I understand, like, you have to add detail to your progress note, but, man, or incident note or whatever, but it's just...
Yeah, I think you're right about that, especially with, like, the Quantros that we do in the States. It's not user-friendly at all, and sometimes an event that may have happened with a patient may not be listed as one of the options.
Right.
At least for the system that we have. And you can't really type what exactly happened. You kind of just got to click on what, the closest or the best thing that matched the situation.
That's right.
So it is annoying. They got to fix that.
See, for us, they give an option to type, but at the very end. So before that, like you said, you have to click all these things, and even when it's not specific to your incident, it's just like, well, this is the best answer, I guess. You know what? Something I was talking about with a nurse practitioner recently, because physicians and nurse practitioners dictate.
Yeah.
I was like, and they have the exact same computers as us, except the difference between a physician, a nurse practitioner computer is they have the dictation that they can hold and dictate while they. I don't understand
the
why we don't
microphone,
have,
right?
Yeah, I don't understand why we don't have that.
Yo, that's a good point.
I was like, and he was like, it's probably a funding thing, but I was like, man, you know how much faster things would get done? It cuts our documenting in half
Completely. If we can just vocalize it on the mic or whatever.
100%.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think for that, it's a different system, right?
I think it's the same thing, bro, because they're on Cerner and they just like start. I'm sure maybe like the microphone itself, it comes from like a different place and maybe, but I mean, as far as I know, it works with Cerner.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question. I wonder why.
I was like, bro, just throw a microphone on these. That cuts everything in half.
Yeah.
Everything.
100%. Now, it might get annoying because, I mean, on the floor, right, we have like, 4 or 5 nurses. Imagine 4 or 5 nurses just all doing the dictation on the microphone.
Yeah, but how is it any different than, I mean, I feel like I could hear everything. And I feel like, especially at the beginning of a shift, everyone's like clicking and typing fast. And I'm just like, oh, man, I got to step away from all this. Because I'm doing the same thing. And I'm like, it's too much in my ears.
True.
You know?
No, it would be beneficial. Do you guys have those, you guys have wows? Like those,
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense to have something like that for us because most of the time they want us to be in the patient's room documenting by the patient bedside in actual time.
That's right.
So give us the dictation mics. We'll be right by the patient. We'll ask the questions and we'll be, talking on it and
boom,
get it done.
That's it.
That's a good point. No, they need to look into that. Hopefully this episode and podcast will, shed light on that.
Yeah, this Nurses Week, get us dictation
Yeah.
devices instead of fucking tumbler cups from the dollar store.
Real talk and pizza parties. Let's invest that money elsewhere.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, Jesus.
So the next thing I wanted to talk about was annoying things nurses and healthcare professionals /healthcare professionals have to deal with at work. Okay. So the first one is work passwords. Okay. Now, with work passwords, the fact that we have to change our passwords every 90 days.
Crazy. Okay, I was going to say ours is every three months. So
same thing.
Yeah.
Annoying as hell.
Bro, crazy.
Because for me, it's like, let me just use the same password that I have and keep it at that. Who's going to come into the facility, know my username, and try and attempt to hack me? What are you going to hack me for? I have nothing valuable on my emails at work. Well, I don't even check my work emails, number one.
So here's the thing, though. I think, I agree with you with the password thing.
Yeah.
However, if I could play devil's advocate, my only thing is our hospital actually got hacked in October.
Oh, God.
So
hell for ransom?
Yes, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
100 million? Nah.
It was like 10 mil they tried to hold the hospital.
I know the hospital didn't pay that shit.
Nah, hell no. Nigga, we can't even get dictation devices.
Yeah. They try to save causes.
So check this out. So here's the thing. So I was on parental leave because I just had a baby last year. Mm-hmm. And I didn't update my password before I went off, right? And then this thing happened, the cyber attack. And apparently they attributed, from what I hear, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but they attributed the cyber attack to someone opened something on their hospital email and then boom, they got into the system. So, and it wasn't even necessarily the hospital that got hacked. It was the IT company that looks over the hospital's information. So it was all the hospitals in this region that got hacked. So it was both Windsor Regionals, Leamington Hospital, I think Sarnia got hit too, and then Hotel Dieu.
Damn, full sweep.
So they held them for ransom for like 10 mil. They had to get RCMP involved. They had to get FBI involved because it could have been like an international, and Interpol to do this. And then they stopped updating. So they updated. This was like public knowledge. They updated us on this. And then they said they were going to stop updating because it was now like an active, serious investigation and blah, blah, blah. I know they ain't pay that 10 million, bro. There's no way.
Most facilities don't pay that 10 million at all.
Yeah, bro. And so why it was relevant that I didn't put my password after, when I came back to work, it was like this big thing. Like I was half of my shift, one shift, like I was trying to sort out a new password. I couldn't even work. I had to give my assignment away that I just got. Damn. Crazy, yeah.
Okay. That's wild.
Yeah, so the password thing, I was like, but this is not a password thing. Someone just clicked on the wrong link and boom, it opened up Pandora's box.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a crazy thing. So yeah, damn. Y'all, they did a full sweep, huh?
Bro, it was crazy, man.
And
like,
it's very common. I've heard of incidences like that where hospitals just get hit.
bro.
Like I remember, I think it was an article that I read, and there was someone that came into a facility. This was like maybe in San Francisco or somewhere in California. A random USB was just inserted into one of the computers.
Bro, it's that easy, apparently.
And everybody was like, "Yo, what is this?"
Yeah.
Based on what I was reading, and man, they hit the jackpot with that one because the whole system was completely shut down.
Bro, apparently they had to like rebuild our system from top to bottom. Now, when it came back, everyone that knows something about IT was like, "Oh, they came back too quick. I don't understand how they rebuilt." Blah 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 blah. But apparently, it takes like months to rebuild. Like we were back to paper charting everything,
Yes,
faxing everything. We couldn't even use our emails. We couldn't email certain things. So it was for the newer staff. I felt like it was chaos, like because they don't learn to paper chart in school anymore. So they were like, "What's happening?" Admittedly, I think there was a few med errors. Like myself, I mean, because it feels like when your computer goes down, you have so much less resources. We had to have more nurses working just as helping hands, right? And so one of the shifts where I was just helping hands, like I had caught a couple med errors and stuff. It was crazy. Wow. Yeah, man.
Yeah, because the situation that happened in California, I know they were trying to hit the hospital for like about 50 million or maybe 100 million.
Crazy, bro.
And of course, the CEO of the hospital was aware of this and everything like that, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not paying that shit. I'm not biting the bluff."
Yeah, but what do you do? Like,
You give them the damn money. Y'all got it.
you know they got it, bro.
They got it.
You know
But it's just
they
one
got
of those things. I guess it comes down to the point where, okay, what if they're bluffing? You know, yeah, we give them the money, but then they don't, release us.
I think the bigger question becomes, what if they aren't bluffing, though? Like, think about the information you have. Because it wasn't, from what we heard, it wasn't just patient information. It was like nurses' bank accounts, our SIN numbers.
Oh, shit.
Doctors, same thing, right? Because you have to hand in all your, like, CRA info to get paid and for your taxes and all that stuff.
That's very true.
So it was crazy. Like, I mean, this was more of a rumor, but I had heard, like, to prove that they really had hacked, bro, they rinsed one of the doctors and just took money out of his account. Rinsed.
Damn.
Rinsed. Like, when I heard money, like the amount, the sums, I was like, God. I've never even seen that about him.
So at that point, if you know they're not bluffing and they actually do have information like you just mentioned right there, as a CEO and as a facility, do you pay the money or like do you just let it go?
I feel like the easy answer is no, but bro, that's why they get paid the big guns.
Yeah.
You want to get paid 6 figures. This is you, big homie.
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
I don't get paid 6 figures. I don't got to think about that.
Yeah.
That's above my pay grade. You know?
Facts.
You
Just
know?
make sure I get paid on
That's
Friday.
It. Make sure
you dig? Because that's all I care about.
That's it, bro.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
It was kind of crazy for a minute.
But no, that's a good point because, yeah, once they hack you and you got to go back and revert to now paper charting.
See, but here's my thing. So this is where I agree with you with the passwords, though, because we're all changing passwords every 3 months, blah, blah, blah. However, even this past week, I got like a spam email in my work email that was very obviously fake. And then we got a subsequent email from the IT department that was like, don't hit this link. Like they were serious. So even though we're changing these passwords, these things are still
emails are still coming through.
Yeah, so what's the point?
What is the point? That's a good question.
You know?
And that's why I'm questioning. And another thing with these passwords too is like, you come in, let's say you're off for like 2 weeks. I have the tendency of forgetting what my password is.
We both, brother.
Now I gotta boom, 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 call IT. And now an hour has gone by because I'm waiting to get in contact with IT. I'm waiting for them to put me through the prompts of, all right, yeah, so what's your mom's maiden name?
Yes.
What high school did you go through? What was your first pet? It's like, come on, right? I gave you my birthday. I gave you my full African name.
Cheetos, yeah.
Cheetos, that's another thing. Y'all nurses that butcher my name, just call me Junior.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Oh man. But yeah, it's just annoying to go through that process of changing your password every 90 days
right.
and then being with IT. Because
Absolutely.
now an hour has just gone by and now I'm behind.
That's right.
So yeah.
And for us, if you let your password elapse like I did, the reason it took so long was because I needed to redo everything just to get into like the med system. So like I'm just to get meds for patients.
The Pyxis, yeah.
Yeah. And it was a nightmare, man.
I can imagine.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah, but the good point with the paper charting, because some of these new nurses that are coming in, they've never experienced paper charting.
They're horrible. And you have to think like, I mean, historically we hear about doctors writing being horrible. So I won't give actual numbers and all this stuff, but there was one day where a doctor wrote a dosage for a narcotic.
Yeah.
Okay. The assumption by the nursing staff was this guy was essentially like a drug abuser. So the nurse, instead of calling the doctor and confirming with the number, she just thought, oh, I'm reading this right. And it was like, the difference was between like 6 milligrams and 60 milligrams of a narcotic. That's 10 times the amount. And I was like, "Whoa, this is something you got to call for. Like, and you need to make sure this is the difference between an overdose and not."
Yeah, and like, she administered that.
Administered, bro.
God, so the patient got a goddamn perk 60.
Dog. So now, because I'm helping hands this day, I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna help like nurses do vitals and AccuChecks and all these things, like random things." And granted, it's a night shift, but we're coming in at 7. And I was like, oh boy's out cold. What happened? She tells me what happened. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't think anything of it because I don't know specifics on his chart.
Right.
Whatever. And then now that I'm like checking all the orders for the day, it's like midnight now. And I'm like, oh boy, still out cold. Let me double check. I'm going through it again. And then I was like, let me bring it up, like make sure. And I was like, I think we should call to make sure. And then we called, and we had to call the ED. So it was actually a nurse in the ED that made the mistake.
Okay.
So when the patient came up, it wasn't like they were just like, they gave it in the ED. We'll give it again.
Right. It's not on the floor.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
and then I was like, but it was a young nurse there and a young nurse here. Now, this was the problem.
Okay.
Right? So they didn't think anything of it. And then I was like, well, we need to call to clarify this order because this looks like this to me, but y'all are administering the 6 times amount. But then we're arguing about the semantics of the doctor's writing.
Handwriting.
You know what I'm saying?
When you guys could have just contacted the doctor right then and there and just confirmed, right?
But I think as the new nurse, they didn't know what the appropriate dosage was for this narcotic. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the problem. And I think, I totally could understand how she saw 0 there, and I get it.
These doctors, they need to fix their penmanship, man.
Bro, especially with something like that.
Scratch.
That's
huge.
That's a big difference, yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why, back in the day, they probably said, we need to switch to digital, like, a computer system, because this paper charting, we have so many errors through these doctors. It's mostly the doctors that are probably making these errors 100%. As opposed to the nurses.
100%.
And of course, once the nurse makes that mistake, it's on us. It's 100%. Not on the doctor, even though the doctor made the error on that.
This is where the dosage. Difference in pay, again, it's like they're getting paid 6 figures to make these mistakes and
big bucks.
All these other things. Yo, you pay me that money, I'm going to take the responsibility.
100%. 100%. But it's messy, man. It's messy. Yeah. The second thing, hospital food. Man, so hospital food, that's another thing. Yeah. Quite honestly, hospital food should be free to staff. I'm gonna just say it right then and there.
100%.
You want us to be 100% focused. Give us free hospital food.
Bro.
Even though the hospital food is garbage most of the time.
Hot garbage.
They give you like one pancake, a sausage that looks like it's 4 days old. I'm going to still eat it, but Make it free though.
I might get diverticulitis from the food that I'm having, but I'm gonna eat it.
Right.
You know?
It's like, I don't know, because why are we paying $10 to $20 for breakfast or lunch or dinner?
Dog, take this in. I just thought of this when I thought of hospital food. So one time I had a patient that he got pancakes. You saying pancakes actually reminded me. He got pancakes, right? And so as he's eating, I'm doing his morning meds.
Yeah.
And he was like, perfect timing. And I was just like, whatever. Maybe he likes his meds with his food.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. I don't think anything of it. And then he goes, you got some lactulose there for me? And I was like, yeah. For anyone that don't know what lactulose is, it's a laxative.
Yup.
So I was like, yeah, I got lactulose. You want it first? He's like, oh, yeah. But, like, he's too excited. And I was like, I didn't ask him. But I think I was just so busy in the moment. I didn't ask him. So I was like, whatever. Let me give this guy his lactulose. So I give him his laxative. And the lactulose we have it in syrup form. So I open it for him. He grabs it. And I'm waiting to do this. My guy puts it all over the pancake. I was like, yo, what? I was like, what are you doing?
He puts it all over the Eggos.
What are you doing? He goes, yo, the food here is garbage anyways. So he's like, I like lactulose. He's like, so I just put it on my pancake. I was like, bro.
Disgusting.
I was like, we need to talk about this.
Ugh.
I was like, do you have any issues? Do we need to form you, sir? We need to get you down to the third floor on the site.
100%.
This is crazy.
That's crazy shit.
That's crazy, bro.
He put lactulose
Dog,
on
he
his
loved this
pancakes.
shit. He loved this shit.
Syrup.
Bro, he
loved it.
drinking this shit like it was water. I was like, I can't believe what I'm watching.
He asked for seconds.
Dog, he was like, yo, whatever you got, put it on these pancakes, homie. Like, I was like, this is crazy.
Man, there must have been some dry ass pancakes. Because I know the hospital food is just complete garbage, man.
Garbage.
Man. So yeah, hospital food, man, $10 to $15, sometimes $20, depending.
Absolutely.
It's just it's absurd. And you know, as nurses, I sometimes come to work and I walk in and I'm like, damn, I left my lunch on the counter at home.
That's right, yeah.
So now I'm just starving at work, eating crackers and
12 hours, bro.
Turkey sandwiches, if you know. I'm not gonna lie. I worked at one facility, man. The turkey sandwich was bussin'.
Nigga, you can't tell me that turkey sandwich.
It was bussin'.
Bro, that's probably sticking on the roof of your mouth.
Yeah, that's the best part, man.
Crazy.
That's the
bro.
best part.
That's
Throw some mayonnaise, mayo on that.
Oh my god,
good times. But man,
that's crazy.
Because you just gotta, rely on whatever you got. The crackers, the graham crackers as well too. You just gotta rely on whatever you can find, man.
Right.
But yeah, I think hospital food should be free for all healthcare staff.
Because
at the end of the day, don't they toss it out?
Gone.
It's ridiculous, man.
And you know what's crazy is that even at our Tim Hortons, so we got a little coffee shop. If you're American and watching, Tim Hortons is just like our Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, so they close at 10 p.m. And after that, any extra donuts, sandwiches, croissants that they have, garbage.
Can you imagine?
Garbage. Bro, and what's crazy is like everybody watches them pack it up. And I'm like, no way. One time I went down, I was like, no way you guys are throwing all that out. They're like, yeah, bro. I was like, yo, the downtown mission is down the street.
For real.
Bring that down there. Because I guess the issue was they used to give it to hospital staff, specifically in the ED. And then the hospital member found out, someone complained, blah, blah, blah. So they were like, toss it. But I'm like, don't give it to us. Whatever. Do I want it? Hell yeah. Look at me.
Yeah.
However, I'm like, bro, bring it to the homeless down the street.
Yeah.
It's right there.
It could all be so simple, man.
So simple.
It could all be so simple. For real. It's funny because if they're doing that, I'm sure there's probably that one homeless guy that's just strolling down, dumpster diving, and just stumbles upon Tim Horton bagels.
And where our hospital is, it's like, I would say, if I were to guess, based off of my unit and other units I've worked, the homeless population is probably the most prevalent ones that we have at our hospital in terms of demographic.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, because we are downtown, and again, there's a mission not far. There's shelters not far. I'm like, man, there's places you can go and just give them this food, and you're straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
So it's crazy.
But yeah, it's just annoying how the prices are just immensely high. Like I remember, I can't remember what facility it was, but they had a Wendy's. You know how Wendy's has the 4 for $4? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had no goddamn 4 for $4. The 4 for $4 turned into like $8 or something like that. I'm
Bro,
like, this is insane.
It's
Like,
crazy.
what?
Dog, we get the same breakfast food for the most part as patients. Obviously, they don't have to pay. Understandable. But we get the same food, and for, let's say, like a breakfast meal. So it's just like scrambled eggs, some bacon, and some tater tots or like some potatoes. It's like $12, bro.
Oh, you mean the same?
tax.
You mean the same food that the patients get?
Yeah.
Is the same food that they serve?
Yeah,
the
so they'll
staff?
say it in
Yeah,
the caf. They'll serve that in the caf.
Yeah.
It's one of the places they have. $12.
Insane.
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
it actually, now that I remember, there was this one nurse, I'm not going to say his name, but on days, he worked days. And sometimes he would order 2 breakfast trays for a patient. He'll order 2 breakfast trays,
Hilarious.
give to one patient his breakfast, and then keep the other one.
Bro, he's diabolical. That's a genius.
Genius.
That's a genius.
Very
bro.
genius. He would only do that. I lied. He would only do that for lunch. He wouldn't do that for breakfast, but for lunch he would do that because that hospital that we were at, their lunches were superb.
Yeah.
So he would do that. Like he would, put a second sticker on there,
That's
call
a
down
smart
to the
guy.
kitchen, and be like, "Yeah, this guy's a little bit on the heavier side, has a huge appetite. He needs a second tray."
That's amazing.
He will do that with almost every patient that he has, and no one would catch on to it. Honestly speaking,
That's smart as
but
hell.
yeah, he told me about that. I'm like, yo, that's very smart.
That is very smart because we are able to do that at our hospital.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Bro, and the thing is, like, the one thing we have at our hospital that I like is our lasagna.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I always thought it smelled all right, and then my brother was in the hospital during COVID, and he's like, yo, everything is trash, but that lasagna? It hits. It hits different.
They probably serve it on a specific day, like on a Thursday or something.
Maybe, I don't know, but whenever they do, I might have to double tray my patient.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
God damn.
Oh man. Oh, actually, this brings me back to on the whole lunch topic or food in the hospital. I did travel nursing in Louisiana. I'm not gonna say what hospital because the situation may still be going on, but in this hospital, it was a very small facility. This is where like I have my property at. It's in Bossier City / Shreveport, Louisiana. And this one facility that I worked at, it had a faulty door to the cafeteria. The back door, there's a faulty. So I remember one time the charge nurse was like, "Hey, Junior, can you go downstairs and get my patient so-and-so or restock our fridge for the patients?" I'm like, okay, do I need to call somebody to open up the door for us or for me? And she goes, no. You could just yank on it and it'll open. I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, you didn't know that? I'm like, nah, I've been here for like a month. Y'all never told me shit. Now, peep this, right? This is in the South. This cafeteria is loaded. No one is, once 7 p.m. hits, the cafeteria staff, they're gone. So I go downstairs, I yank on the door like she said, bro, it opened. Now, mind you, before I went downstairs, she said, yeah, and give me some Doritos while you're at
That's
it.
crazy.
I'm like, bet. Anybody else want anything? So they write me a list. Like this became a common thing with me.
That's crazy.
Just with me.
Yeah.
Like every night I come on, yo, does anybody want anything? Bro, they had a slushy machine,
Oh my God.
cookies, Kit Kats, cakes, you name it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I go downstairs, yank on the door. I couldn't believe it, bro. I felt like a kid in a goddamn candy
for
store, man.
Sure.
So I'm just taking whatever I can. And then sometimes they'll have like the lunch that they served or the dinner that they served. They'll have it in a tray inside the fridge, like extras. So like lasagnas, rice and chicken, shrimps. I'm like, yo, this is amazing. Mind you, I was there for like 10 months. They still, till this, I think I hit my one homegirl up. Her name's Cass. Or no, I hit my homegirl up occasionally. She was telling me about it. And she was like, yeah, they fixed it. They fixed it.
Oh,
oh man, I was getting slushies every night.
You know what's crazy? So we have that, not a broken door, but we have we call it an after hours fridge in our hospital.
Yeah.
Now, all you have to do is you just call security to unlock the door for you.
Right.
You go down, they unlock it, but they don't even stand there with you while you grab whatever. Even if they did, you could just be like, "Yo, this is for a patient."
Bingo.
They don't care. So one day I didn't bring my lunch.
It happens.
It happens.
You left it on the counter.
So I was like, let me see what's in this after. This is the first time I ever hit this after hours fridge. And it's not anything that you described. For us, it was just, I'm sorry, it's garbage, bro. There's just Jello and prune juice, applesauce. And they got your favorite, the turkey sandwiches in there.
That's what's up.
So you might hit that thing. But I was like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
You know? But if they put a couple things in there,
it'd be gone.
I would forget my lunch a couple extra times a week, bro. I'm telling you.
For sure, man. Oh, man. So, yeah, just out there in Louisiana, I mean, there was moments where I hear the door open while I'm in there just stacking up my bags with, the orders that people were telling me, the chips and everything, the popcorn. I hear the door open. I'm like, yo, shit. And I turn. I kind of, stand up and pull out the patient sticker or the chart, and I'm like, who is that? And it's another nurse, and it's just a simple head nod. They know what it is.
That's so funny, bro.
And I do remember a few times security would come in, and they'll look, and they'll be like, oh, okay, and then they'll just walk the hell back out.
Right.
Man, it's like everybody in the hospital knew except for the administration. It's crazy. So hopefully someone can break that door in that facility and we can get that shit back going,
bro.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, and then the next thing, breaks. Have you ever had a break where you've actually enjoyed and how long are your breaks?
Okay, so for us, 12-hour shift, you get 2 45-minute breaks.
Okay.
Per our contract. Now, I don't think 45 minutes is that long I just don't think it's that long, personally. So what I'll do is I'll just take 1 hour and something minute break, and just.
So you're obligated to 2 45s?
Correct.
Do you can you combine the two?
In theory, no, but I go on my break so late. So this is my biggest pet peeve, by the way, going back. I understand that we're obliged to our breaks. I think some people go a little too crazy with these breaks, though.
For sure.
Crazy. I had a dude one time go on a break. And for us, we partner up. So they call it a module. You're in your area with your partner. So one goes on break, the other covers, and then vice versa.
Yeah.
I had a dude go on break at 8 a.m. I was like, bro.
Wait, 8 a.m.?
Yeah, bro, I was like, we just got here. What do you mean you're going on break?
Right off rip, started the shift.
I'm like, bro, you got meds, you got your assessment. Can you even tell me about because you have to give a little mini report before you go, so I at least know your people's code status,
For sure.
I was like, bro, do you know your people? I was like, you know them as good as I do right now. I was like, this is crazy. Bro, I was like, go ahead. Some people I think are a little too crazy, but for me, man, I usually won't go on my break until 3 p.m. So I'll just go for an hour and a bit. Nobody bothers me. Nobody says anything. And I think it's just because by the time I've had my one break, you've already had both of yours.
Yeah.
Who cares if I'm gone for that?
That's insane. So when people take their breaks that early into the shift, are they expecting you to do their meds?
Hell no. Bro, I'm not even listening to their call bell. I don't got time. How do you have time?
I have my own patients to worry about as well too.
That's and usually when people want to go on break, I don't care because I know some people are so crazy about going on their breaks at certain times.
Yeah.
I don't ask questions. I'm just like, go, bro. Just go. Give me your code status. Tell me your people. Bum. Go.
Yeah.
At that time, I had to object, bro. I was like, what do you mean you're going? I was like, bro, keep your ass here for another hour and a half at least.
At least, max.
Bro, you got things to do.
Facts.
I was like, I haven't even given one med. There's no way you give all of your meds.
Because on that floor, what, you all have 4 patients?
So on days, yeah, you get like 4 or 5 patients on days.
God damn. So yeah, there's no way she even administered meds. Hell, did she even take vitals? Did she do her assessment?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
What?
Dog, I'm telling you, if my thing was, God forbid something bad happens right now, and then someone has to rely on whatever it is you've charted so far because you're gone and we can't find you.
Right.
What the fuck
What do we do? Yeah, what do we do? And then, so I know a lot of nurses, when they go on break, they don't even go into the break room. They're
out.
They're going to the Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Or, hell, some nurses even leave the facility.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Bro.
I can only imagine how many nurses on nights, in particular, actually leave the facility to go do whatever.
All the time.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. I've done it a couple of times, but I've done it to the point where I know everything is situated.
That's right.
Meds are done. Patients asleep. I made sure that, they got their sleepy time medication.
That's right.
Let me go to this McDonald's real quick. Anybody want anything?
That's what I'm saying, bro. If you're gonna go on your break again, usually I don't care, bro. You can go for 3 hours.
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm happy to cover you. I'm a team guy. If you want to go, you got to stop at your house and get something and go somewhere. Go, especially on nights. I don't care. I'll cover you, but you better make sure everything's done.
Yeah,
like if someone's calling, it's like an unexpected, like we're not really expecting it, whatever. I don't care to go, But if we're like, they're like, oh, I didn't get my sleeping pills. I didn't get my night meds. I didn't get this. We usually do this. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, that's a problem right there.
You know what I'm saying? Don't leave me with an extra patient because why do you have, I may as well have them.
Exactly.
Like
I don't want your patient to contact me and say, yeah, so can I go on that walk that you promised me? Excuse me?
Let me call your nurse back to the facility.
Yeah, because it's 1 a.m. right now. What do you mean you need to walk around the unit? Get out of here with that.
Crazy, bro.
I'm going to call you back your nurse like you just said.
Yeah, bro. So for you guys, usually, I know you've done a lot of travel nursing. What are your breaks like?
I'm going to be honest. I'm that type of person that doesn't really take breaks like that.
Yeah.
And if I do, I'll be back within less than 30 minutes. I'll probably just take one 30-minute break or not even take a break at all. Like usually in the ICU... you typically have 2 patients, maybe 1, but most of the time 2. Like for me, I'll get my shit done and I'll be on my computer on the WoW and I'll just have my phone out. And that's I consider that as a break to me. Like I'll document, all right, I'm done for this hour. All right, let me do what I got to do on my phone. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it's 12 o'clock now. Let me do the next hour. Oh, it's 1 o'clock now. Let me document.
So I'll do that on a night shift.
Yeah. Like I've only worked nights. I'm not a day shift person at all.
Right? So sometimes I work days. So if I'm working a day, that's when I'll go off because I'm like I need to step out.
So if I am working days, I will definitely leave the unit. 110%.
Yeah.
But on nights, there may be that rare occasion where, all right, I'm hungry as hell. Let me go drive to McDonald's real quick. Let me get in. Y'all want anything? Yo, Keisha, can you watch my patient? What do you want from McDonald's? That type shit.
Oh, I heard a story once. This wasn't on our unit where a dude had some sort of vascular infection and he was at risk of getting his leg amputated. He was on a different unit. And this is where I'm saying, like, people are too crazy about their breaks. Like, I understand, yes, it's in your union contract or whatever, but there's a time that you can go. Like, and what I mean by that is this lady was in the middle of doing this guy's dressing. And she goes, oh, it's my break time.
Get the fuck out of here.
And just dipped. His leg is just wide open to air. He's already got this infection that he's at risk of getting his leg amputated. And she's just like, I'll see you in an hour.
And this is a nurse.
And the dude's like confused. In his head, he's never been in the hospital that much. So he was like, all right, this is common practice, I guess, So he was just like, whatever, not realizing that it's totally fucked up to do, but
risk for infection.
So then the vascular surgeon comes in like 10 minutes later, and he was like,
irate.
Why is your dressing open? And he was like, oh, the nurse went on break. And he was like, the vascular surgeon was like, what do you mean? What do you mean she went on break? Like she opened your dressing and dipped? He was like, yeah, she said it was her break time. Like you said, irate, bro. He was like, I heard he was like throwing shit. He was furious.
Yo, some doctors take it to the extreme. They go crazy. They go loco.
this dude, I've seen him get mad, but like how loud I heard, how crazy he got. Like he was like, man, like he was so upset he got the patient transferred to our unit. He was so upset, and the patient was telling me the story.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He was like, as soon as that happened, the doctor called who he had to call, and he got me moved.
Yo, I guarantee you that nurse lost her job.
Bro, that's crazy.
She definitely had to transfer.
Bro, and I had him when he got transferred to our unit, and I'm doing his dressing. This is like a packing dressing. Like my wrist is in this guy's leg, and I'm like, how do you leave this open, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you knew your break was started after your break.
Exactly.
I was like, this is where I'm like, and we have people on our unit that are like that, just crazy about their breaks. Like they have to go right now.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like I said, breaks to me are nothing. Like I'd rather you go to break first before I go to break.
Yeah, me too.
But if I do go on break, I think the one thing that would annoy me is, hey, listen, you know, my patient's situated, at least to my knowledge. I've done every check off. Give me 30 minutes. Let me go buy food. Let me eat it in peace while I'm watching whatever I'm watching on my phone, Tom and Jerry, whatever the hell it is. Let me enjoy this episode because I like to eat and watch it at the same time.
No, I'm the same way. I ain't watching.
So let me enjoy my Tom and Jerry. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't come into the break room and say, "Hey, Junior, your patient wants so and so."
Bro, do not. Don't do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Tell them I'll get it after.
Right.
After I'm done eating.
Right.
Or if you want, you can do it, but don't come in here and tell me this. Wait till I come out and then tell me it.
Right.
Oh, Junior, your patient's wife's on the phone. She wants to know what's going on with him. Okay. That's cool. Tell her I'm on break.
You're right.
Tell her I'm watching Tom and Jerry right now. I'll be there in a second.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I think that's the one thing. Like if someone's on break, just, you know, let them be on break. Unless it's something serious.
That's right.
Where you can't find it and like the doctor's on your ass, then all right, I give you the ability to come to me and
right. So like, and I agree. So, and this is where I'm like, yo, people are crazy. Like, so one time a lady went on break and she had a patient that was having bowel issues, whatever. So to her knowledge, same deal. Everything that she could do for the patient was done, to her credit. But before she went on break, the patient went for some sort of imaging.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was a CT or something. And while she was on break, we got a call from the radiologist and was like, yo, they need emergency surgery now. I've already called the surgeon. He looked at the imaging. They're in the OR prepping. He asked me to call. We've already ordered the porters to come get your patient.
Yeah. Okay, so you facilitated everything.
So I was like, dope. Let me just let the nurse know. Like, her patient's out. This is an emergency, you know?
Yeah.
I go. And I'm like, yo, so-and-so's going. Blah, 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 blah. This is, like, what needs to be done. Do you want to come? Whatever you need to do, because this ain't my patient, you know? But I've done his vitals. I did, like, we have, like, an OR sheet to fill out. I said, I fill out the OR sheet.
Handle the consent with the doctor, emergency consent.
That's right. Everything's been done. I mean, I guess this is just a me thing. I like to make sure I'm the one making sure as your nurse that you're good to go.
Yeah.
She was like, nah, I'm on my break. And I was just like.
And this is her patient.
This is her patient. And I was like, bro, this is. You don't even ask what the results of the images were. Like, you just don't care. You just want to eat your turkey sandwich. Get your ass up and check on your people, bro.
Right.
You know? So I get both sides of it where it's just like you're on break, you don't want to be bothered. And then I'm also like, bro, there's circumstances where you need to be bothered.
There's big circumstances. There's levels to it, honestly. Yeah. And that's definitely one of them.
But again, this is just a me thing where I'm like, if someone is going down for a procedure, surgery, whatever, I want to make myself available to make sure I'm there to send them down, make sure they're comfortable, make sure they're not too anxious, they're calm, whatever needs to be done.
For sure.
You know, and explain what I need to explain. Again, just to keep them calm, let them know it'll be fine, whatever.
Bingo.
Some people are like, nah.
I agree with you. Yeah, breaks are a touchy subject, man. If you're on a break,
I don't know why. I don't understand. Like, you will get your break, you know? Even if we got to break it up a bit. Bro, if you have to come back and you be like, yo, I'm restarting my 45 minutes, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't care.
Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So at your facility, do y'all have to like swipe out and swipe back in? No? Okay.
No, so it's automatically taken off your paycheck unless, because there's times where it really is a shit show. And again, I'm not the guy that needs to go on my break. So if it's busy, I'm just not getting a break today.
Right.
So I'll just let the manager know, yo, I couldn't go on break. And she'll ask you why just so she could write it down.
Exactly. Yep.
And I just say patient care. Boom, done. And then they don't take it off your paycheck.
Yeah. I guess that's what it comes down to. Like some nurses, they know they're not going to get paid. Like for a specific part of their shift, they know they got to go on break because they're not going to get paid for a certain amount of minutes, right?
Right.
So that's why it's like, oh, I'm definitely taking my break if I'm not going to get paid. So there's some people like that.
Which, I get it. I get that, but I'm just like, I just think I don't know. You just don't have to be too crazy about it.
For sure.
And the thing is, 9 out of 10 days, nothing's going on. Like you go on your break, you're gone for your 45 minutes, an hour and a half, whatever, and no one needs you.
Yeah.
You know?
Last thing, fake call-ins. Oh,
this happens way too much, bro.
Are you the type of so let me ask you this. Are you the type of person that will fake call in?
Okay, let me be clear. I would like to say no. Now let me let me explain myself. All right. So my answer to your question is no. I don't like calling in. I really don't. However, there'll be times where there have been times because even though I work full-time shifts, I'm a part-timer, and I was scheduled a shift that I tried to book off, and I tried to get it covered. And our unit's just really funny. Like, I'm sure if I ever have a coworker, they'll tell you, just things are funny with our schedule sometimes.
Politics.
Yeah.
The polys.
So,
yeah.
but I let a motherfucker know I ain't showing up.
Yeah.
I'll let I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I have sick days, like, accrued, you know?
A mental health day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. So if I booked something off, I can't get it covered because no one wants to work the shift. Hello? Yeah, I won't make it today. What's wrong? You hear that cough? I ain't feeling well.
He has laryngitis.
Bro, you know, don't ask me no stupid questions. I tried to get you to cover my shift.
Facts.
You know why I'm not coming.
You knew
today.
what it was.
You know what I'm saying? My manager don't call me. Yo, she knew what it was too. Yo, that's crazy.
Oh man, no,
So
that's
the
true.
only time where I'm just like, man, but there's times too where I'm just like, fuck, I gotta go. Like I can't leave my people. So this is another thing. I do keep in mind the census on our unit. Like if census is high and things aren't great, I'll be like, I'm going to work.
Yeah, like you can't let your
If
colleagues just
census
drown.
is low, and I try to book this off, and y'all don't need me. I ain't coming, bro.
I ain't coming either, man.
Bro, you know what the ones that do cheese me though? The ones where, I remember when I lived in Australia, bro. I had this young lady. She was super young. She was probably like fresh out of school.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, I'm going out tonight. Blah, 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 blah. It was like a fucking Tuesday. And I'm like, and granted, I'm only like 26, 25 at this point.
And she's a day shift nurse. This is a day shift?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, so this was public health, so it was only days, so just all days.
Okay.
And I was like, we got to be at work at like 7 in the morning tomorrow. What do you mean? And I know where she's going because I did side jobs and stuff there. So I was like, bro, they're open till like 4 in the morning. I was like, what do you mean you're going out tonight? She was like, yeah. I was like, yo, you know you got work tomorrow? She's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, you know you got to be at work tomorrow. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. As long as you show up. 4:15 in the morning, the girl calls the answering machine.
The operator, yeah.
And I remember hearing the time like 4:15. I'm like, this bitch just left the club. I was like, that's fucking crazy. But not only did she, so we were not a huge office either. So not only did you tell everybody you're going out, like everybody knows you called in, and we were already shorthanded. So it was, and this is during COVID where everyone was shorthanded.
Yeah.
So we were like, bro, and that was like a common thing there. No one gave a fuck. And I was like, this is kind of crazy.
Did she get in trouble for doing that?
No. Isn't that crazy?
Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, you called in, and in nursing, what they teach us in nursing school is pain is what the patient says it is, right?
That's right.
So for her, I mean, she could have been in pain. It might have been that time of the month, and the cramps or whatever, and the bleeding.
Exacerbated by vodka.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. I couldn't believe my ears. And bro, like, she came back to work, and this was like early in Australia when I was there. So I didn't know what things were like, right? But nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared. I was the only one that cared, bro.
Right.
I was like, all right, maybe I'm tripping then. I need to relax. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a common thing. I have a story too with Collins. Actually, I'm the type of person where if I am sick, I'll still try and go in. Honestly,
me too. Which is crazy. Which is weird.
I'm just in love with the money. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So there's that. I think based on every assignment I've done or full-time position I've had, I've maybe called in maybe twice in my whole career.
Okay.
And I've been a nurse for about 8-9 years. Like, I hate calling in. Now, granted, to that situation where you said where you want to switch your shift with somebody, granted, I will find that somebody that I can switch with, but it comes at a cost where it's like, all right, Junior, if you want to switch this shift with me, you got to take this shift that I have next week. That's whatever. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Deal. Shake on it. Boom.
Yeah.
I'll text the manager right now.
Right.
I'll make that happen.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, I'll definitely try and go in, no matter what. Now, there was an incident where, and I don't think it wasn't really an incident, but I noticed this because I can assess a situation very well. Similar to what you said. This girl I was working with, black girl. Black girl.
Yeah.
I'm working with her. It's night shift. Boom, boom, boom. We're talking. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing out of the norm. Like, she didn't say she was going out to party or anything, but I could just get that feeling that she wasn't gonna come, and just based on the conversation and what she was saying, it might have been a bad shift or something.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'll see you later. It's now, it's time to go home. Hey, I'll see you later. See you tonight. I didn't get a response.
I be doing that all the time when
she just got the hell out of it.
If I'm gonna call in, I'll see y'all tonight.
Yeah.
See you tonight.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it was funny as hell. I'm like, hey, see you later, Jasmine. Jasmine, see you later.
Yeah.
Nothing. She's gone. Yeah, so she was supposed to come in that same night because we had a shift together again. So I come into work, and they're like, yeah, Junior, you're going to have room 4, 5, and 6. I'm like, 4, 5, and 6? What the hell for?
Yeah.
Jasmine, she called in. I'm like, oh, you got to be... In my head, I'm like, we were just chilling.
Yeah.
We were just talking. Like, everything seemed normal. I didn't think she had, like, a bad shift or anything going on, but... I thought we were ride or die. I thought it was bad boys for life. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like she snaked me in that moment. But whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
Doing the thing. Shift ends. No issue.
Yeah.
All right. Next shift, the next night coming up, I'm supposed to work with her again. So we're on for like 3 days.
Right.
So she comes in, and I don't think...
Of course she does. Of course, bro. I've been there.
Yeah. So she comes in. And let me make this clear. And I don't think anybody noticed this, but I knew. I realized it. She's black for the listeners out there. She came in, her hair was completely done. Braided up. Edges laid. She was looking good. I ain't gonna lie. She was slaying. But it's like, yo, your hair wasn't done 2 days ago.
Dog, I know what happened to Jasmine, bro. She had that headache and just
for sure.
From hitting her head too much.
Goddamn. So that's what it is. I think she called in just to get her hair done.
Of course.
Maybe she couldn't, book another day, or her hairdresser.
Showing up half your head done. Half just fucking out in the air.
Insane. So I'm like, yo, Jasmine, what the hell? You got your hair done? That's why you called in?
Yeah.
Yo, Junior, you're too loud. Relax, chill. I'm like, wow, you can even text me and let me know. Like, that would at least make me feel better in the moment. But that's one situation. I mean, yeah, you'll have some nurses that just call in to go to a Justin Bieber concert
and then they be putting that shit on social media, and I'm like, what are you doing?
You really trying to get caught,
bro? Like, just don't care. They just don't care, bro.
Like, imagine a nurse calling in, and they call in because they're going to a baseball game. It's baseball season now, right?
Bro.
And now they're on the Jumbotron.
Crazy.
You got someone on the Jumbotron doing some dumbass dance. You know what I mean? And then right beside is the nurse that called in sick, and she's like, yo. Or the managers at that same baseball game, and they're like, wait a second.
Did she call me earlier?
Yeah. Is that Tammy? Like,
oh man.
So I think but I'm all for nurses or healthcare professionals to call in if they need to. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care. The job's gonna get done regardless.
Yeah.
And we all need that mental health day or that break. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't feel up to the task or up for the job to come in and give your 100%, stay home.
Yeah.
Because we're not trying to feel that vibe or that negative energy that you're bringing into the ship because of something that happened at home with family or whatever, or maybe you're just depleted. Don't bring that negative energy to the rest of the staff, and now morale is down. Right. You know what I mean? So if you need to take that mental health day, take it. I'm all for it, honestly speaking. I'm still going to work, though. I'm going to make that paper.
Yeah.
So that's just my thing on that.
See, but we get sick days. So for us, you calling sick, nigga, you still getting paid.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's why motherfuckers don't care.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. And there's PTO. Mm-hmm. See, when I started off, I didn't have a lot of PTO, but there were a lot of nurses that had like thousands of hours.
Crazy, bro.
Like, it's like, yo, where are y'all getting these out? Are y'all buying them? Like,
crazy.
Who's your plug?
Bro, I remember when I started, I was like, damn, she's been calling in sick all the time.
I'm telling you.
I was like, bro, nobody's talking, no management talking to her, nothing. No HR, nothing.
They knew what it was, though. I'm sure they knew what it was. There's one nurse that would call off every Sunday. Crazy. Every Sunday. Because she just had that PTO bank.
Bro, that's crazy.
And she was one of those older nurses, too. She was OG. So I'm sure, and what I recently learned was, if you are a full-time staff who is now leaving a facility for good, retiring or whatever, you can now transfer your PTO over to somebody else, or you can sell it to somebody. That's a thing. Check with your facility. I think that's a thing.
That is crazy.
So I'm sure there are some people that were just taking other people's PTOs for
100%.
the free ski, or they were buying it. One of the two. It's a thing.
Crazy.
It's a thing. So if you're a nurse out there and you just heard about this, you look into it,
bro. That's crazy.
It's definitely probably a thing.
Damn.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's really about it, man. Yeah. I think we talked about a lot. Yeah, once again, happy Nurses Week.
Happy Nurses Week, y'all. Enjoy
your pizzas, pens, water bottles,
dollar store tumblers,
1 day free parking, whatever the hell it is. That's a wrap.
Yeah, baby.
We'll see you in the next episode. Peace.